Elizabeth, and this is Ethan, and we've devoted our lives to saving old things. This doesn't need a smidgen of work. Saving these houses isn't for the faint of heart.
This is a huge pool.
This is concerning.
Oh, what is that smell?
Ew. But it's worth it. Our cheap old house movement caught fire on social media. Now we're taking buyers house hunting so they can buy and restore a cheap old house of their own. It's gonna eat into your budget a lot.
Yes. Oh my God.
I can't believe this is ours for $99,000. With the help of our designer, Jen.
This house is magical.
And our architectural designer, Scott.
There is a fantastic old house hiding under here.
We use the history of the house to design and restore.
This is some sweat equity.
We're showing homeowners the magic
Wow!
of cheap old houses.
She likes it.
We are going to see Dan and Vanessa from Troy, New York on the east bank of the Hudson River. Fun fact, it was the home of Sam Wilson, said to be the inspiration for Uncle Sam.
Vanessa and Dan are a young couple with a super tight budget. We're gonna show them two houses. They want as much character packed into the smallest price tag they can get. The city of Troy has so many historical homes that are affordable for first-time home buyers. So for us, it's an ideal place to take them house hunting and then later help them with their restoration.
I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Dan.
And we are crazy cat people who also love cheap old houses. We're married. We actually were high school sweethearts.
We've been married 9 years, and we've been together for 18 years.
I was a teacher for about 10 years.
I was a chemist. I worked at a few chemical companies, but I was laid off at the beginning of the pandemic. That kind of threw our lives into a tizzy.
We had sort of explored starting this small business focused on cat toys and herbs, and it started to expand.
And we found ourselves paying $2,000 a month for a studio, not really seeing a future there.
The reasons that we love cheap old houses are both economic, but also for the history and the charm.
I also like the project aspect of it, that we're going to be able to get in there, make it our own, and put some sweat equity into it.
I like art and design, and I want to have fun with color and wallpaper, and I want to keep some antique charm and respect the history of nice cheap old house. Please consider helping us out because we really, really could use the help.
Vanessa and Dan are like so many Americans that want to get in the game of home ownership. I love to be able to show them that it can be possible with a cheap old house.
Hey.
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Good
to see you too. So this is a great house.
You know you're sitting on gold. Don't hide it. Sitting on gold.
Been on the market for a little while, taking someone with vision. You would not be purchasing this entire building. This is an attached townhouse. And these kinds of houses were generally built in more condensed, working-class areas of town.
I do feel a little uneasy about the fact that it's cut in half like this. But this side does look really cute.
You know you're sitting on gold.
It was built in 1890. It's 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. The roof is just replaced, so we don't even have to worry about that.
That's great. That's a big expense.
I mean, I already see a lot of really cool details on the outside, but the little arches on top of the window is so cute.
It's got some great features of the Italianate style in the square columns, in those really beautiful corbels up top. Really fun house, architecturally speaking, mixing with some of the later Victorian styles. There's a little Queen Anne in here as well.
That's a plus,
Yeah.
yes.
It's listed at $115,000. Your all-in budget is $140,000, and that leaves about $25,000 left over for restoration.
If a building is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, like this entire district is, you are eligible for tax credits for preservation work that you do on the building. So if you are restoring this building, you're eligible for a 20% dollar-for-dollar credit on your taxes on the work that you do, which could go so far in this house.
That's amazing news.
Look at these gorgeous front doors.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Wow.
Those are so beautiful. Look at the woodwork on the stairs. This is so
I like that
cool.
railing. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is an amazing space.
I like the tall ceilings.
Yeah, this fireplace is so detailed. It's amazing.
I'm guessing this is stone. Quite often slate was used, and maybe it would have been faux marbled on top.
Okay.
That may have
yep.
been French doors. I'm seeing actually hinge marks. You put French doors with glass panes in them.
Would let in a lot more light. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Oh
my gosh.
And another cool
fireplace.
fireplace.
And these fireplaces are amazing in this house. This is really cute. Built
Look
in
at the
here.
giant built-in is really cute.
It's just a little awkwardly laid out, right?
In the Victorian era, there wouldn't have been a fitted kitchen like we think of today. And as technologies evolved, they eventually got a fridge, and they eventually got a dishwasher, and they eventually got a stove, and then the kitchen was just sort of cobbled together and piecemealed.
But what's cool about this kitchen is that there's actually a lot of wall space. So finding antique pieces that we can put in here that would kind of match some of the older pieces that are already here to save money. And then you also have the pantry space.
Good shelves and cabinets up there on the wall, so yeah, could still use those.
So there's actually a lot of storage potential. It's just not being used properly at all.
I see what you mean. These ceilings look like a lot to take on. I know you said the water damage has been resolved, but the cosmetic stuff is a little scary to see.
You might have some bugs, and you won't really know until you tear open those walls.
It's kind of rare to find a house that needs little to no work done to it, but if you go into a house remembering that, it's going to be easier for you to embrace any challenges that you might come across.
These stairs are really cool, though. I like how they curve.
Ooh, look at this fun linoleum.
Oh my gosh, actually, that's really amazing.
It's confetti.
Whoa, it's got like glitter in it.
It's so celebratory. Now this room has flavored wallpaper.
All right.
I love this room.
This
oh
makes
my
me,
God.
I think this is like the happiest room I've ever walked into.
This wallpaper looks like you could scratch and sniff it. It's like...
I'm pretty sure you can.
Are these
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
I'm automatically happy when I walk into this room, so yeah, it is something to consider.
It's a great, great house. I can tell you guys are really feeling it.
And I like knowing that we're not gonna have to worry about a roof caving in, so definitely a positive.
Just think how much you're gonna save on wallpaper because it's already all
You're
there.
right.
That's true, yes.
But we have another house to show you that's actually detached. And I think it's a comparable house, but maybe a little bit cheaper. So let's go take a look.
Okay, those both sound like good points.
Yeah.
So,
This is a 1910 house. It's 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths.
I like the front porch. I can definitely see us hanging out here, having a few drinks at the end of the day, and saying hi to our neighbors.
This house is $90,000. With your all-in budget of $140,000, that $50,000 is really gonna make a big splash on this house. And I think we can do a lot and get really creative with your budget.
the house is in the colonial revival style, which was popular in the US in the early 20th century because it was looking back at the earliest forms of architecture in this country, which the only evidence left of that besides the form are those columns at the very top. And originally, the lower porch had columns just like that in clusters. The details that are on this porch right now are actually, believe it or not original to the house anymore, except the beautiful beadboard ceiling that still is its original wood stain.
I think there's a lot of things that we could do on the exterior to just amp up the curb appeal, some landscaping, fix some of the underneath of the porch. Just that would be an amazing push to just get this building up and running for you so we could focus all our attention on the inside.
Sounds like a plan, but I want to see the inside. Watch your step.
Oh, wow.
So you can see that this was all added on. It still has a porch ceiling, so this originally would have been open porch.
It's so nice that this is still in good condition.
This would have been the original front door, and then this vestibule, and then that beautiful door. So stylistically, this is what we're going for.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So
is a
big.
nice-
Doesn't it feel so
open.
open in here?
Yeah.
It does.
A couple was working on this house, but they had to move, so you would be kind of picking up where they left off.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I love this big mirror, too.
It's attached to this beautiful wooden bookcase that's actually nailed to the floor. It's a great savings as it comes with a house. I can see a really sort of welcoming foyer in here, and perhaps the parlor in there, maybe the dining room in here.
Some of the floors have been sanded, so this should save about $2,500 on the restoration costs. And even better, they're original to the home.
So these are called colonnades, and I love them because they feel very historical and they divide off the rooms. So originally, all this woodwork would have been simply stained. It was definitely painted later. We would just need to make sure that we fix the problem of the latex over the oil. It's a common mistake people in old houses make. And then you have this beautiful staircase.
Wow. Most of the staircase is painted, but you could bring it back if you purchased this house. It would look amazing if it was just all exposed woodwork.
I can definitely see that, and like it's already really beautiful. And then with that window there, like I think my cats would love hanging out there too.
I can see them lounging right there. Yeah.
My favorite room in this house is the kitchen.
Yes.
Step into your best life.
Kitchen is so amazing.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, this is
Awesome.
really love these tiles.
This tile is straight up Art Deco, probably right out of the 30s. Even though it's not original to the house, it's in such fantastic condition. To purchase this kind of tile today, you're looking at thousands of dollars in tile.
Wow.
Step into your best life.
And I'm noticing that there are marble sills.
It feels expensive.
Very fancy, this house.
Yeah.
Custom cabinetry is really expensive, so that's one downside with your budget. Maybe there's a way we can get creative to kind of find salvage pieces to really extend your budget.
I'm noticing the kitchen, it's a little small. I wonder if it's gonna be a little cramped for us. I want at least one counter where we can, do some chopping and put stuff aside.
It is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit tighter than the other house. So we do need to think about that too. Like, I would really like to see something a little brighter in here too.
What's great is that this black and white palette is so neutral, so we can bring in any color we want to. Hey, hand me an Art Deco kitchen, I will figure it out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Thanksgiving here with like a nice long table. If we had a big table in here, it could be a little hard to get around the edges, especially with family and like kids over here.
Nowadays, furniture is made so oversized that it doesn't fit these smaller spaces in these older houses. The real thing is finding a diminutive enough table that fits the space that really just can allow your flow for those cousins and nieces and nephews to run around.
The best way to find furniture that fits a circa 1910 house is to find circa 1910 furniture that was made specifically for these kind of houses.
That makes so much sense, yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Oh, what is that smell?
Oh, you guys, I can't even be in here.
Let's go upstairs.
Oh, what is that smell?
I can smell it too. It smells like dog waste.
These floors are a little damaged, it looks like.
Yep.
It smells like urine. I don't know what we would do about that.
There's some bleaching solutions that you can do. In a worst case scenario, we could bleach it, get it sanded. In a best case scenario, you stain it and try to really make it shine.
You know, we have cats, and I don't think my cats are gonna like the smell of a dog all around the house.
Yeah, they might be on alert all the time.
We definitely need to get that figured out.
This is the primary bedroom.
And this is a pretty big space. Like, we could get a big bed in here.
Yeah, I'd want to get rid of this wallpaper, I feel like.
I shouldn't really peel, but there's drywall. It looks pretty good.
Okay.
So this is the upstairs bathroom. Yeah, it's
I
gross.
smell it from here.
But I think definitely you need a vent.
Although none of this is original to the house, I kind of love these.
Oh, wow.
Soap holders.
Those are, I do like that towel rod, too.
I know. I need to know where they got these. All right. Are you leaning in any direction, per se?
I feel like there's pros and cons with both places.
We could move right into the other house because, the roof has been fixed, but there's some cosmetic stuff. And who knows what's going on behind those walls, even though that roof has been fixed.
That's a good point.
Like, at least over there, we'd be able to turn on the faucet. Another big con, we'd be sharing a wall with our neighbors forever, and who knows who's going to live next door. Yeah, I don't know.
So what are your overall thoughts about this house?
I mean, I like how the space is laid out. There's also the really nice tile at this kitchen over here.
Some of the restoration work has already been started.
And this house is cheaper than the first house at only $90,000.
There's definitely some things to worry about, though. The smell is a little concerning. I don't know if we're going to be able to mitigate that entirely. This kitchen sink isn't even installed.
I know this house doesn't have strawberry wallpaper, but I hope you can still see the potential.
And if you really were committed, we could replicate wallpaper.
We get strawberries up there?
We could do strawberries.
Yeah, we got a hard decision to make. We'll get back to you after that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome.
And tough
Choices.
Yeah.
Look at this cabin.
I know, isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh, Vanessa, we made a decision. Which one do you think they're gonna go with?
I hope the wallpaper. I just want to work with that stuff.
I love the tile. I hope they go with the tile.
Come on, Vanessa.
Black and white tile!
That's gonna be an awesome kitchen.
Oh my
to
gosh,
work
she
on.
says the tile and the colonnade sold us. Too good to be true. I agree.
She also said that she and Dan want to work on the entryway, parlor, living and dining rooms, and kitchen first, since there are bedrooms and bathrooms upstairs. They'll move in, and with their own DIY skills, they'll restore those on their own later.
I see Elizabeth's gotten at the paint already, so that's fun.
However did you know? Before Dan and Vanessa come by to help, we're first bringing in Scott, our historical architectural expert, and Jen, our designer, so we can nail down exactly what elements we hope to restore. I think there's 3 layers of paint on each of these. What I like about these capitals is that they match the ones on the dormer of the house.
Exactly.
I love the tile.
This tile is unbelievable.
If this is a place for reproduction appliances or vintage appliances, this is the kitchen. This
How
is
cool.
the kitchen to do it in.
Yes.
Do we know what's under the floor?
We do not, but since it's peel and stick, I think we can find out.
Help us.
Oh,
Wow.
they're just sticky.
Yeah, they just...
Literally just tiles stuck together.
Concrete slab.
Okay.
Guys, this is interesting.
Oh.
What's that? Guys, this is interesting. What's that? I'm noticing a checkerboard pattern of some sort.
Oh. I'm guessing we had 4x4s here, and...
Ooh, a 4x4 check. Ooh, that...
Stop everything you're doing. No, keep going.
Maybe it's not what we go back with, but it's always good to know what was here.
The kitchen floor is not original to the house because the kitchen is not original to the house. But we did find evidence of the original tile. They were 4x4 square tiles. We could bring back this look by installing new checkered tiles, but we have these beautiful marble windowsills in here. I want to draw inspiration from those to put in floors that are light, timeless, and will look beautiful in this kitchen.
Are you okay? You guys?
I'm good. Let's see, the tile is good. Who's ready to strip some wood?
Very exciting.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
There's tons of woodwork. It all is painted, though. I'm just excited to get started on stripping the paint, and that's like all my mind can focus on, is really just all this woodwork that needs to be exposed. We can use some mineral spirits, take off some of the paint. Oh yeah, that's definitely coming off.
It's kind of remarkable how easy it comes off. Mm-hmm. Look at that. That's so good.
Like, look how well this is cleaning up.
Heat gunning is a really satisfying process because it's very immediate getting the paint off.
This totally has melted marshmallow vibes.
I think Jen was really enjoying it.
Something different's happening. Ooh, oh my gosh. Whoa. What? I mean, it is coming off without much damage to the wood, if any. Like de-icing a cake.
That's the heavy stain under it, yeah. I've got the denatured alcohol, and I'm doing it to this back door. Oh, it's so nice. It just takes that excess off.
Well, you want to be careful not to rub too hard because it can take the entire finish off, and then you've got a bare spot.
Okay. This stuff stinks. So now the denatured alcohol is reactivating the stain,
It's reactivating the shellac that's over the stain. It essentially dissolves it, and it starts to melt together, and it comes back looking beautifully.
Wow.
But yeah, it's great.
So much better.
Look at this teamwork.
Oh, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Ethan, how much money do you think we're saving by doing this?
This is thousands of dollars of stripping.
You know, when I first met you, I really never thought we'd be stripping together.
So the wood is starting to come alive in this place, and it is looking so good. It's such a massive job that we enlisted Dan and Vanessa to keep it going each night when they got home from work, which saves even more time and money.
Oh my God.
We're stripping the staircase, all the original detail is coming back to life, and I cannot wait for the design team to start doing some magic.
'Cause I'm happy, living in my bubble. I got no job.
I have some things to show you today.
Oh, wow.
I do really strongly think that we can set the stage for a really dynamic space.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Based on our conversations, what I got from you guys was that your interest was kind of going really wild with color. In fact, so much so that I had to pull the situation back a little bit. Vanessa and Dan presented me with 3 very strong colors: a mustard yellow, an emerald green, and an orangey salmon. And they wanted to incorporate all of the colors into every room. I always want to give the homeowners what they want, but in this case, the house is arranged in such a way that you can really experience the entire first floor from a single position. So with that in mind, I wanted to still pitch their colors to them, but in a way that'll make all of the rooms on the first floor feel a little bit more cohesive. My idea was to sort of extract from your palette and go tonal. And then what we could do is land on one color, carry that throughout all the spaces, and then add the little accents to get you to your full spectrum story. So the first one for our safety choice, our mustard, Dijon, gold, yellow situation would add a lot of warmth. It would feel very rich. It would also probably be the easiest because the tones of the yellow would really lend themselves as operating as somewhat of a neutral. And you can see that it shows up in various patterns, various textures.
I'm really liking like the gold tones and the velvet. I just feel like that's really rich together.
Totally.
That looks really beautiful.
Cool. We're going to move on to the slightly more provocative mood board. We have kind of a historically accurate color, actually, verdigris, which you guys have this amazing sort of Art Deco tiled kitchen. And this would be a color that you would really find in that period.
I mean, green is Dan's favorite color.
Oh,
cool. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I really love this, too.
Let's not make up our minds yet. Yeah.
That's right. One more. Okay. This is the wild card. We're not going too crazy, but it would really be a huge statement if we leaned into this salmon color. This coral, rich, warm tone throughout all of these spaces would be hugely impactful.
I do like the warmth of this color here.
It's very warm. It is, yeah.
Do we have to make one choice? I like them all.
I know, this is really the challenge because even as I was putting this together, I was just like, they're all so good.
I'm definitely drawn to option number 2 here.
I also love this wallpaper.
I know, it's so sweet, isn't it?
I feel like that wallpaper, it's like the more mature version of that strawberry wallpaper that we like so much in the other house.
Right.
So if we could incorporate that, we could get, a little bit of what we liked about that house in this one.
I think this is gorgeous. So if this feels good to you guys, I am happy to run with it. This verdigris happens to be one of my favorite colors, and so I would be delighted to run with this story for you.
Let's do it.
To stay true to Vanessa and Dan's love for color and also the historical era of the house, we'll paint the living room verdigris, a popular color of the early 1900s. We'll finish stripping the colonnade of the latex paint to restore them back to their original dark wood. And since this house comes from a time when people aim to make bold statements with design, we'll lean into a maximalist aesthetic that'll layer vibrant patterns and textures throughout the decor. With the money we'll be saving by keeping the existing kitchen tile walls intact, we'll be able to put in new floors inspired by the marble windowsills. We'll put in plenty of open shelving and install new retro-style appliances to tie into the Art Deco aesthetic. And to continue our tonal color scheme in the dining room, we'll put up a floral wallpaper that'll feature pops of green. A show-stopping chandelier will be center stage and hover over a dining table for 6. Perfect for a formal dinner party.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited
It's
about
my
all of this, and I
pleasure.
think it'll come together perfectly.
Cool.
Can't
Amazing.
wait. Yep.
So Scott, usually when we would restore a cheap old house, the first thing we would do is rip off the vinyl siding and bring back the exterior, but the budget is so tight. I'm really struggling with how to upgrade the exterior.
And the reality of old houses and restoration is that we can't always do it all at one time. And it's wonderful to know that we still have the original wood siding that is behind the vinyl, so we know one day that can come out later.
That's right.
So,
But there's got to be some projects that we can do outside.
definitely. And I would start with this porch. Let's give some great color to the porch deck.
We'll revitalize the porch by first sanding the deck and then painting it a period-appropriate green. We'll also freshen the paint on the existing posts and railings and carry that railing down the steps.
If we could just spend a little bit of time and money outside so they can move in and restore the rest of the outside later.
And it's just going to get better over time.
Perfect.
There we go.
Wow, look at that vista.
Gorgeous.
Shopping is obviously one of our power bonding experiences. We are out in the wild doing our thing. We have a design direction already fleshed out. So today we're on the hunt for anything green, anything that's going to work well with the verdigris color palette that Dan and Vanessa chose. Wow, it's actually really big in here.
Big in here, I know.
Yeah.
Ooh, Vanessa might like this. It's like a little pillow. Stuffed cloth, stuffed tabby cat.
Here's some green kitchenware.
Oh.
That's a yes. What? $4. Oh, those are perfect.
$9.99?
Yeah,
$12.99?
that's a
I think
great
we need
price.
to get
Yeah,
these.
yep. Stories come together.
Ooh, what is this? This is the front door to a house. I came here to look for pretty green kitchen things, and I see this like amazing door. We could replace the relatively new door that's totally inappropriate with this amazing appropriate door. I mean, it's perfect.
These are gorgeous. All
I'm
right, all
like-
right. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Calm down. Calm down.
Let's not get too excited. We have to make sure it fits.
Okay,
That's
Ethan
it.
is actually there.
Hello?
So this is amazing. We just found what we think could really work for an exterior door at the house. So it's just under 80 tall, and with the side lights, it's 59 and a half wide. Please, please tell me it's gonna fit.
I don't know.
We just found an exterior door. So it's just under 80 tall, and with the side lights, it's 59 and a half wide. Please, please tell me it's gonna fit.
I don't know. 59 and a half. Are you kidding me? It's 80 inches tall. 80 inches tall, 60 inches wide without the casing. But with the casing, 84 by 67.
Okay, yada yada, we're gonna make this work.
Yeah,
Close enough.
Cool.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, E.
Of course. Good luck.
Bye.
Make it good, because this house, I hate that door, okay? Please.
I think we're all in agreement
It's
there.
a club. We're all in it.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
We really cleaned up at the farm store. We picked up some accessories, a bunch of kitchen items, and that front door, all for under $300. I think Dan and Vanessa will be overjoyed when they see all of these finds. Right? That was an amazing surprise. We want to give Vanessa and Dan's Colonial Revival home a bit more curb appeal.
Dan Timber.
So we're cleaning up the landscaping. We're gonna take off the plywood under the porch just to freshen up the house. I think it'll be great once we get it all spruced up and painted.
Do you think I should go lengthwise or up and down here?
There's not much on this porch that's original to the house. It's all kind of newer pieces, but Vanessa and Dan really like it. And also, we're on a tight budget here.
All right, these railings are completely janky. But I think it would look really nice to have railings that would match. By doing these handrails ourselves, we're saving $1,000, plus another $800 since we handled the landscaping and lower porch restoration. All right. Sweet. That looks really, really good. But let's just see how it's working. It looks pretty good.
We got a lot of projects done today. We started off with some landscaping. I think it's going to let a little more sunshine in.
And we ended the day with a satisfying power wash, so that was nice. It's a good thing they boarded up the windows, because, yeah, we're really curious about what's inside there, so it's going to be a big surprise on reveal day.
It's all hands on deck as we continue restoring Dan and Vanessa's colonial revival home.
I'm getting the last bits of the paint off this door. This was a salvaged door that was an amazing find, but one side of the side lights had been painted. So I'm just using a little bit of a scraper with a fine point to just kind of get in the crevices and get some of this paint off so that we can stain it and it'll look like it was never painted.
Just taking out the top layer.
Yeah.
After utilizing their budget of $50,000, we're finishing up by laying the countertops, which were inspired by the marble windowsills in the kitchen. We're also hanging the last of the wallpaper and racing to set up all the last-minute decor.
In executing this design, I really tried to lean into maximalism. And maximalism really requires layering and layering and layering and layering. And so I really lean into the grandeur that the design needed. Dan and Vanessa are cat people, and so we have a cat bed, we have a cat bowl, we have cute little cat artifacts that belong to them sprinkled throughout the whole house. I think they and their little furry friends are going to feel quite at home.
What's happening, you
Hey.
guys?
How's it going?
Where are the cat shirts?
Decided to dress
I've
up.
got cat earrings too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa, oh my God. Beautiful.
It is so pretty. I'm getting teary-eyed already.
Couldn't get to the whole outside.
gosh.
You guys know this. The budget was tight, so we did some landscaping, we power washed, we did some just nice decor up there and painted the porch.
Yeah, I love the porch
looks
color.
amazing.
And we were able to add a door that feels like it's always been with the house.
The door
Do you
is
see that?
fantastic.
I love the door. Yeah.
I'm in awe. It's really pretty. I love the plants too. The landscaping is so awesome. I like the colors going on here. Can I go touch things?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
These are
I
so
love these.
pretty.
These are great. Thank you. Such an improvement.
You've rejuvenated it in ways that I couldn't have imagined. This is like so much fresher and just amazing. As soon as we walked up to the house, I loved that there was a functional railing, and not only was it functional, but it matches the trim that I already liked.
Well,
Hey.
hello there.
Hello.
I think it's time.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Can't wait.
Are we
Yes,
ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
I think so.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's do it. After
Next.
you. Come on in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
This is so beautiful.
Come on in.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is so beautiful.
Great.
This color is cool.
Great. Love the tiles. Much better than the carpet.
Oh, the tiles are amazing.
The black and white checkerboard was inspired by 4x4 tile we found in the kitchen.
This is my sister's head.
We did not know whose head that was, but we're happy she's here. Oh my God, that makes me so happy.
Yes.
Yep.
She gave it to me forever ago, and I've kept it, and she's always like, why do you keep this? But I love it. A little piece of hers always with me. And a fiddle leaf fig, yes.
Keep going, go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
This feels so good. Like, I don't even know what to say. You know, I don't think it smells in here anymore.
I love the greens. I love how it plays with the wood and the yellow.
I never would have thought to do the trim in this color, but it's really pretty.
All of this woodwork has been stripped.
We brought in a period light fixture that could have likely any day been original to this house.
First thing I noticed was it looked amazing with the natural wood color, especially with the green. Feels like you're in a forest or something. I really like it.
Do you recognize that stained glass?
Yeah, my mom actually made the stained glass. She got into stained glass, made that for us, and we love it. We try to hang it in the window wherever we are, so.
Yeah, the butterfly also, like, it reminds me of my father who passed away. It just goes right here.
There have to be tears at some point.
Jen did a great job incorporating our personal items into this space.
The stained glass that Dan's mom made for us, I feel like it's her masterpiece, and it's my favorite gift that she's ever given us. Gosh, I just noticed these curtains. These curtains are so nice. I love velvet, and I love colorful velvet especially. This is so cool. My cats would love it too.
Well, that sofa is straight out of the 1930s, which is the color palette that inspired so much of this house.
It's great. I can definitely see us hanging out in here with some friends or family.
You already are.
Yeah. I was puzzled as to how they would end up placing those furniture pieces around, because I always usually just put couches up against walls and stuff, but I really like having the couches and the chairs off the walls. They fill the space really nice, and it's very conducive to having a conversation.
You had given this direction of wanting this house to be fancy lady, and so the assignment was to dress her up.
We leaned into this romantic Ernest Hemingway and Key West kind of vibe, giving it a little bit of color and the kind of 1930s glam.
Doing that on a tight budget is not that hard, because in sourcing both online and through auctions, we were able to piece together this amazing collection of sort of vintage eclectic items that were all perfect colors for our palette, different stylistically, but everything kind of talking to each other. And we've got a little sweet spot for Kitty to hang out.
A little spot for my kitties to curl up. They'll love this. There will always be a kitty curled up in there, I'm sure.
Should we keep exploring?
Yes, let's go for it. This is an incredible space.
I was concerned with how big the table would be and whether it would feel cramped in here, but I feel like this is the perfect size.
We were able to get a little desk in here, even a hutch, and seating for 6.
Yeah.
And the wallpaper. When I saw it and I saw the colors, I was like, that's the one.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That's so cool.
A lot of work went into it.
A lot of work,
Yeah.
The light fixture is actually from the late Victorian era.
Wow.
I had fallen in love with it myself, and I actually bought it for our own house.
Oh my gosh.
But your house is the perfect place for it, so
well, I think
it now landed here.
I am so honored that you were willing to sacrifice such a beautiful piece to share in my space.
Vanessa, I did not understand this light when it first came into our house, I have to be honest. I did not get it, and I was like, what are we gonna do with this thing? And it looks so amazing in this space that
It belongs here.
It belongs here. It had to be here. It just made sense.
Thank you.
Oh, it's amazing.
Should we go see the kitchen?
We have to go see the kitchen.
We have to.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Move the stove around. That's
We
great.
moved some things around. We made it work.
This is really cool.
This is awesome. Wow. This is the fanciest stove and oven that we've ever had.
The kitchen was a super interesting project because we obviously wanted to, maintain all of the beauty of the tile. And we have these beautiful marble windowsills, which are also original, which inspired the countertops and the floors. And it's printed porcelain, which does a really beautiful job mimicking it and looks incredibly elegant.
I think all in all, this space, while challenging, was actually pretty easy budget-wise because we have 3 cabinets. And these are just box cabinets, nothing too crazy. They are slow close, and the splurge here was appliances. Clearly, they are retro-inspired, they are amazing appliances. We saved a ton not having to tile. We saved a ton on the floor. The floor was pretty affordable. While it was a challenging space, it's pretty budget conscious actually, because so much was here.
We wanted to really honor the original era of this kitchen, which was 1930s. So we made it, I guess, a mix of vintage. So you have the 1910 house, you have the 1930s tile, you have the fridge, which may be 1950s, and it just feels like a sweet kitchen that has kind of continued to evolve as the house has grown.
It's just really surreal that this is our home. And I don't know what to say. One of the things that was difficult for us to envision is like how things are going to fit in the space. There are a lot of doorways there and not a lot of wall to work with, and they were just genius in their decisions.
I remember this from one of those color palettes that we did.
We kind of styled it so all of the color palettes that we discussed in our design meeting have a place in the rooms.
I love the way that the kitchen looks so, crisp and clean, and I can see us cooking in there.
I want to break down some numbers with you. So you guys spent $90,000 on the house. You put $50,000 in, $140,000 all in, and now the house is worth $175,000.
All right.
That is $35,000 of equity that you have. If you stained all the floors and you did the bathrooms upstairs, it would be over $200,000.
Wow. All right.
Not a bad deal.
Put that on the to-do list.
Yeah, that is very exciting to hear.
I think we learned a lot here too. I think it just goes to show that if you get creative and you pick eclectic pieces and you find some used things and you bring it all together, in fact, and lean into that, you can have a space that feels so fresh and so different and so very much your own. I mean, I've never sat in a space like this, but I want to sit in a space like this for the rest of my life. It's so good.
This exceeds my expectations, and yeah, I love it. I'm still just staring at each room in awe.
It's so amazing that we're going to be able to live in this space, and I look forward to many years of DIY projects here, fixing up the upstairs bedrooms, and I feel like we're going to continue to build our lives here. Just feels like such a privilege.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.